Is it double? Like, what are you seeing when you try to open your eye?
I can hardly open my eye. Look.
Look at this here. Look at this.
Fucking dump it. Look.
We're going to keep this here for reference. Absolutely incredible by Cyril Gahn. Absolutely incredible. We're going to go through this. We're going to go through the eye poke. We're going to go through Jason Herzog talking about how fouls are helpful in a fight and how they progress the fight. Okay. We're going to talk about Dana White basically shrugging off the foul like it's not a big deal. Absolutely ridiculous. A couple of things. Let's go to the fight numbers. And I want to just show you something real quick. Because, in my opinion, Aspinall was winning the first round based on significant strikes that landed. It says Gahn landed 30 strikes. Go back and watch the fight. Tom was landing cleaner. He was landing harder, and he was landing at more variety, given the leg kicks, the body kicks, the 1-2s, the head kicks, spinning back kick. Gahn was doing a great job. This was probably the best Gahn we've seen in a long time, and that was very impressive to see because he kind of shit the bed in his last fight, and he shit the bed in the fight before that against Jones. So it was impressive to see Gahn actually take this one serious and bring something competitive to the fight, because the original narrative was Tom Aspinall was going to wash the heavyweight division. There's no real competition. Jones is sloppy seconds, blah, 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 all this bullshit. And look, lo and behold.
Open my eye. Look.
Look who's cheating. As he does, and as we are all aware of, Gahn has a highlight reel of cheating. We're also going to go through this. I'll let this play next. This is Andy Aspinall. Aspinall's dad, also his head coach. He's been training with Aspinall since he was 10, 11 years old when he first started training. This is Andy Aspinall in the back locker room talking to Jason Herzog because he wants Jason Herzog to be aware of the back of the head shots that Gahn is known for. In all of his fights, he is a dirty cheater. Once a cheater, always a cheater. He also trains with Nasruddin Imavov, who is known for eye poking. It's almost like that gym in France is known that you're allowed to have one free, I guess I can say, one free foul, because it's the truth. And we run into this issue over and over and over again where you are allowed one free foul in your fight, whether it's an accident or not. You may get a warning or maybe 2 warnings, but that's about it. And in other sports, it's okay if you get a warning. It's okay if you just get 1 foul. It's not life-changing. In this sport of mixed martial arts, an eye poke can lead to a knockout, which is obviously damaging not only to your body and your mind, but to your career. A groin shot could lead to stopping the momentum, killing the adrenaline, and then you gassing out because the mindset has switched. You know, a fence grab could lead to stuffing a takedown and beating your opponent. You know what I mean? I think we've been talking about this issue for a long time with eye pokes. They tried to fix it with the gloves. Gloves didn't work for a knockout, so they took the gloves back. On and on we go. And I don't think anything is really going to get done about these eye pokes, and about these groin shots, and about these back of the head shots that we saw from Hamdi Abdelwahab, and the glove grabbing from Almeida versus Volkov. fence grabbing from multiple guys to stop a takedown. Or reverse position. Maxim versus Raposo. Point taken. This is what I'm trying to get at is I just wish we had a little bit more consistency with the reffing based on point deductions, because if we did, if it was an automatic, you get a warning before it happens, if it can happen, right? If the ref can see your eyes are sticking out, or your fingers are sticking out, put your fingers away, that's a warning. That should count as your warning. And you don't put your fingers away, then you poke a guy in the eye. You see what I'm saying? It should be an automatic point deduction. Especially if we saw Gon already try and eye poke Tom earlier in the fight, which we did. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I'm pretty sure it was on Twitter. This is from Guru, earlier in the fight. This is not the one that ended the fight. This is earlier in the fight. Why is Gon walking into range with his hands down and his fingers extended into Aspinall's face? He's not going for underhooks. He is straight to the face, fingers up to the face. This should be a warning. I heard Jason Herzog literally go, watch your fingers. And then he proceeds to go and poke Tom in the eye. Not just poke, but go. Let me see if I can pause this correctly. Knuckle deep in Tom's eye. Not just poke. Knuckle deep. Right there is the poke, 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 knuckle deep. Make it make sense, man. This should be an automatic point deduction immediately. Immediately point deduction. What the fuck is the point of having fouls if they're not automatic, especially in a combat sport where it could be fight-changing, life-changing type of damages, and especially with a fighter like Gon, he should be on high notice. If he has proceeded to make fouls in previous fights that we are aware of, he has a highlight reel of back of the head shots, eye pokes, groin shots. He even hit Jones with one. If he is known to be a fouler type of guy, regardless if he means it or not, there should be statistics on this, and even Aspinall's dad said that. There should be statistics on how many fouls this guy commits, regardless if they're called or not. Groin shots, eye pokes, point deductions, doesn't matter. If they're called or not, there should be data on this and say, hey, these guys, Gon, Jones, Nasruddin Mavov, Leon Edwards, if there's guys who are regular, Max Holloway with the eye pokes, there are guys who are regularly fouling, regardless of if it's intentional or not. There should be. It's a $7.7 billion offer from Paramount Plus. You don't think they have this kind of data or capacity? This is what I'm talking about. If these guys are known to be foulers, then it should be broadcasted to the reffing staff, to the fighters. This is what I'm going to get into with Andy Aspinall talking to Jason Herzog about the situation.
Hopefully there's no slip-ups and he can show skill. It's just run a skill match, which is good. Hopefully Tom wins. They both come off all right. It's the main thing. Jason, are you?
This is where Jason introduces himself to Andy Aspinall, and Tom Aspinall to let them know that he's going to be reffing the fight. He has a pre-fight conversation with the fighter and the coaching staff to let them know.
Reffing. Watch this for this.
In the back of the head. The best part about
Watch this fucker for this. One more time.
You reffing. Watch this for this.
in the back of the head.
Jason Herzog already knows back of the head. As Andy Aspinall is pointing to, watch this for this. Back of the head shots, because Gane is known to make back of the head shots. He is known to be a fouler, a cheater, a cheat. The French are cheaters, especially in that gym with Nasruddin Imavov, who is known to be an eye poker. Jason Herzog already knows about it. Back of the head shots.
The best part about fouling, right, is that it works.
The best part about fouling is that it works.
Watch this for this.
In the back of the head. The best part about fouling, right, is that it works. So
The best part about fouling is that it works. Been saying this for a while. You get 1, maybe even 2 free fouls every time you fight. Eye poke, groin shot, glove grab, fence grab, headbutt. You fucking name it, you get 1 free one, maybe even 2. Why not use it to your advantage? This is the issue. It should be an automatic point deduction. You already have a warning in the back room. This is your first warning with the referee in the back while you're warming up. It's an automatic point deduction if you poke somebody in the eye. Especially if it is in a fight-ending sequence. If it is in a open stance where both guys are not necessarily throwing, but maybe walking into range. Why are your hands up in the first place? Why are your fingers up, in the first place? Have a fist. Should be fist distance. I get this, sure. This, especially if the referee is already telling you, watch your fingers, and then you proceed to poke them in the eye. That should be a point immediately. It will make fighters close their fingers. I get sometimes it's going to happen in transition, in between scraps, in between throwing punches, people are putting their hands up. That's understandable. That's different. I'm not talking about that. Shit happens then. You can even punch somebody in the eye. It's different. I'm talking about an open stance or in a fight-ending sequence. When somebody is going to finish the fight and you poke them in the eye to slow them down. That should be an automatic point. When you're at open stance at range, you poke somebody in the eye without throwing, that should be an automatic point. One more time.
Watch this for this.
in the back of the head. The best part about fouling, right, is that it works. So the best thing you can do is keep your head in the game, and I'll do everything I can to manage.
Okay. I think the nail's been hit pretty hard on that one. I still think Tom won the round. Go back and watch a fight. I know Gane busted his nose, arguably damages more. Tom's nose was busted. Gane was landing good jabs. If you go back and watch Tom's blog, he's talking about Andy and Tom are both talking about how they wanted to take this fight a little bit slower, not rush things, get a read on Gane, figure out what his game plan is, and then adjust instead of rush into there and do what you want to do. So I expected, it's understandable why he would take the first round slow, which still arguably threw better strikes than Gane in the first round. This is Dana White talking about the eye poke and how he dismisses it and how it's not a big deal. I understand it's a headache to rebook these guys, and we waited so long to book them at heavyweight.
Medical update on Tom, or is it still too soon?
He's on his way to the hospital.
It's a bit of a weird question, right? It was ruled a no contest because of an unintentional eye poke. What does it take to make an eye poke intentional, and is there even a way you could ever prove that?
I'm pretty sure it's Oscar Willis asking the question. Great question. One of the only guys in the Dana White press conference that's allowed in there that actually asks real questions.
The fuck knows? Who gives a shit? What are you gonna do?
I understand Dana White isn't attached to the reffing, but you are also the CEO of the UFC. You should have some type of opinion on this. Maybe it's absolute bullshit. Something needs to be done. That's it.
I know we, tried to do new gloves before, and that kind of didn't work out. Is there anything we?
What did I think of the turn fight? Yeah, those two.
So it seems like that's performance. Both guys.
I think going into that fight, we all hated the way top of somebody. That's not how it works. So I was actually very
Performance.
I agree with you on
To fight each other.
on Tuesday.
Дана, поздравляю
Hey,
Усманов
The way
I don't know.
Крокопом.
Pro Cop.
Как не доехать? Не знаю, ну...
Fresh, but any potential timeline for that? Like maybe January, the kick off the Paramount card?
Yeah, I mean, they're both in shape, other than whatever's wrong with his eye. Both guys are not injured, or so as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What about the rule? It's only the second time in a championship fight that we do have a no contest.
It's enough of that. Have some respect for your fighters, especially somebody like Tom, who's been so patient to fight. He's in his prime. He is a champion of heavyweight. Have some respect and back him up. I don't know, man. The hatred for Tom is just... It's just ridiculous, man. Hopefully we can get this fight rebooked. I'm thinking probably March. I doubt they're going to be able to get them in January. I doubt they're going to be able to get them in December. Seems like those cards are both already full and booked up, but I'd be very surprised, if both guys are ready to go for December. Especially Tom with the eye. They did fight almost a full round. They went through an entire training camp for this fight. They're probably both a little dinged up with injuries. So I think March or April, they're going back to the UK. Let's look and see. I'm pretty sure they're going to the UK in April or March. That would be perfect. So yeah, rebook it. Enough said. Till next time, like, subscribe, let me know your thoughts.